I think about YouTube being an American product, but of course it's accessible all around the world. What emerging markets are most important for you?
Well, so we're interested in having YouTube in the whole world. And we have over 1 billion users right now who come to YouTube every month. But we see that there are billions of users in the emerging markets, and we've been really working hard to try to figure out how can we offer a really compelling service for them. And so the biggest issue that they usually have is just the cost of the data. A lot of times it's more expensive in those markets and the infrastructure isn't as good, and so we need to figure out how do we make video work for them. But we think it's important because we have this huge library of information, this huge library of how to do anything, and this huge library of entertainment. And so the fact that we could make it available to billions of people more in the emerging markets is really can have really big impact. We actually had this great story about this young man in Kenya, and he wanted to be a javelin thrower. And no one in Kenya was a javelin thrower. And so he didn't have any place to turn or anyone who could teach him. And most Kenyans are runners, but he wanted to javelin. So he went to YouTube, he started watching these videos. He learned how to throw javelin from the videos. And today he's one of the top javelin throwers. And that's all a result of having YouTube videos available to him. And so you look at that and you look at like, well, what are all the great scientists or athletes or musicians or dancers out there in the world? And if you gave them access to all this information, what could they do with that? And so we take that really seriously, and we want to make sure that they have that information. We talk about that as a freedom of information. We want to make sure that they have access to that information.
It's interesting to hear you talk about YouTube not as an entertainment medium, but as a public service of some sort.
So we do think about YouTube and the impact that it has on society, and we spend a lot of time, we take that very seriously. No matter who you are, what your background is, your racial, ethnicity, medical condition, you can find other people who are like you on YouTube, and you can be part of that community and you can belong.